Oh.
Welcome, fellow castigators, to Brotocracy. I'm here with Jensen and Micah, as always. We're going to talk about the news of the past few weeks, some of the most significant things. I actually had a lot of articles that I'd compiled over the weeks that probably would have been seemed important at the time and would have been nice filler or whatever, but the list just got too long. So when I compiled it today, I cut a bunch of things out. So if anyone thinks that I missed something important, I mean either of you, then feel free to bring it up, because it's probably something worth mentioning that I just put on the chopping block.
All right.
But as far as important things go, we are going to start with Trump. He signs an executive order to cut prescription drug prices.
Ooh.
Did either of you hear about this?
Nope.
No.
How do you cut prescription drug prices?
Well, this is really interesting. So that's what I was saying. And I was like, okay, so there's some things like insulin that I think should be a lot cheaper. I'm for sticking it to big pharma, but at the same time, there are other things, like antidepressants that probably should not be easier to get. And I would be more
get up here.
Sorry. I would be more for restricting the use of certain drugs, taking away drug ads, etc. And I still am. But I was actually talking to a coworker about this, probably my only intelligent coworker, and she enlightened me to something that I did not know about, which is that Americans have been subsidizing healthcare from other countries, mostly Europe. And the result is, goodness, I can't reload, is that we pay crazy amounts more, anywhere between 59 to 90% more, which is insane.
Oh, damn!
And they do this on purpose. The Europeans love this. So this is just more nonsense of we're paying for things in other countries that we shouldn't, and it's stupid and unfair.
So the pharmacies know that the U.S. can pay more money for the drugs, so they just inflate the prices a lot.
Yeah, that's part of how it works, basically. Yeah.
Okay.
Interesting. And so Trump is like, no, that's stupid. If you're gonna poison yourself, it can at least be cheap.
Cheaper.
And so I mean, it's
jinkies.
It's a good start.
Is it so? It's specific drugs, or is it?
I'm coming.
No, this is just this is a general order.
Okay.
So not looking at particular drugs right now, but I bet RFK will. I'm sure there are lots of things that he doesn't like. Being the health nut that he is.
Ah, damn.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I have issue with both of these. Like, price fixing normally does like nothing but like the opposite effect, and but also big conglomerates a uh, that have a I don't know, stranglehold on a substance, and that they know they can get away with hiking up the prices because you know they're the only ones that have it. I mean, it's also kind of messed up. Um,
Stay in the
and
open
they're
so I can snipe things.
also the price goes up because of all the different insurance companies, and the insurances are messed up because of the overall medical industry. I don't know. There's just I,
Yeah, there's a lot of
I'm on the
things.
fence.
I mean, there's a lot of things that need to be done. I think that's why
This is like
my reaction was initially negative as well, because it's like, okay, this is fine, but it's not
not
even
really
close to
gonna
the.
fix anything.
It's not even close to the only thing that needs to be done, and personally, it would not have been. It would not be the first thing I would have done.
I'm not even
Right.
in the arena. Help, I'm dying.
I would have
Like I would have
probably
had more
told him to
priority.
like match the prices or something with like no matter where you are, you're gonna sell this for this amount. Choose a price. Either everybody's got to pay U.S. pricing, or we have to pay European pricing.
Yeah.
And then they will choose.
Then they would choose.
Maybe I don't know, because then I don't know, man. It's just not like not gonna solve anything. It's just kind of a temporary
Yeah.
patch
Yeah,
problem, which I mean, I
I
guess is
think he
fine.
needs to get America less reliant on prescription drugs.
That's true.
Right. There's so much
I mean,
more
of
that needs to
course,
be done with pharmaceuticals.
yeah, there's obviously people who do actually need them, but yeah. Damn it.
Ding it.
Yeah. I would start with making it illegal to advertise drugs. That would be my very first thing.
What the?
Like the cigarettes.
Because it takes, yeah, because it takes a long time to, like, analyze and ban certain drugs, and with some you're just never going to do it. It takes a long time to get prices and things to be reasonable and get big pharma to behave. So the easiest, fastest, and most effective thing to do just right out of the gate is to say, shut up.
Shut your mouth. I don't know. That's a very weird.
Because we're the only country where we allow that.
You're puking on me.
You gotta wonder.
Yeah, it's a weird system we got. I don't. It's like not very.
What the? Wait, bastards.
I don't know what you call
Shusting
it.
me.
Like not quality capitalism, but fair capitalism. No, there's a word for it, but it's like fairly market. It's like free market type deal. It's not that. like all the laws and the insurance and the hospitals and everything is all controlled or manipulated or influenced by different federal or state laws and red tape, and it's all a big mess. So you can't really,
Yeah.
there's no like fair trade practices or whatever you want to call it.
Yep.
It's not the same as like getting a hamburger from
I'll keep a
somebody.
distance.
It's like, oh, this guy has a better tasting hamburger. I'm gonna go to this guy. It's kind of like,
I'm hamburger. I would like to buy
Right.
a hamburger.
We're supposed to have checks and balances to keep monopolies from
what?
getting too ridiculous.
yeah.
And yeah,
Yo.
they definitely do. Especially in the case of Big Pharma, which has just gotten
Shoot him.
too big.
Get me quick. Get me quick.
It's freaking whack. It's wackadoo.
That was close.
I
Yep, very whacked up.
think we should all just start taking psychedelics.
No, that's a bad idea. Bad Micah.
Yeah, no, I don't think I can get behind that.
Come on, man. As long as you're tripping, you don't have to worry about anything.
Oh my goodness.
Why you tripping, Smalls?
Damn it.
Hello.
There's a virtue to being
I'll kill the tiny one. Kill the tiny one.
in control of your faculties. All right.
Did you die? Oh, damn.
Yeah, RFK acknowledged
Oh.
how ballsy this all was. He was like, "This is a start, but there's a pharmaceutical lobbyist for every congressman, every senator, every member of the Supreme Court," which is unfortunately accurate. And but I think
Damn it.
it's a hopeful thing, actually,
Let the little one go.
because my
Alright, where'd it go?
that same coworker I was talking about is like a real Debbie Downer about that kind of thing.
What about life?
And it was like, well, you can never drain the swamp. It's impossible. The politicians can't hope to step to the power of
I'm going to the other arena. We need Micah for this one.
pharmaceutical companies and the
Micah.
banks and the media, and how they're all intertwined and owned by the same evil cabal of people.
I
But-
mean,
Which, I understand, but it's like, look at this. Evidently, they do have the power to put these people down.
yeah. Yeah,
It's
I mean,
tough,
it's
sure, they're gonna send people to try and kill you, but it can be done. That's the
It's
important.
always
that's the
gonna
important
be-
thing.
it's always going to be a battle. Like that's just
That's just
how-
the way it is.
that's just how nature
Some
works,
things will never change.
Like there's going to be corruption and power hoarding and abuse of powers and different influences that's not, or different people that are they're what is it? Their their motives are not for the people. They're for themselves. So you're gonna need altruistic, virtuistic, moral people to fight that all the time. That's just
I think I was running the wrong way.
that's just how it is. It's not like
I
a
was
win
running the
or
wrong
lose.
way.
It's a
Good
never
job.
ending
I don't know
battle
how
that
to
you have to
get
fight.
back up there.
So there's gonna be more, like it's gonna be on a constant teeter-totter of more or less, you know.
Yeah, always ebb and flow, always good versus
Yeah.
evil until the end.
So
It never,
you
it
want to
never
always
does
push
end.
towards, yeah, I mean, you always want to push towards better times, but obviously there's not going to be a utopian time on this earth. Like that's just not feasible. I
Yeah.
mean, unless you're like some communist insane person who thinks that's a possibility.
Yeah. The irony of that is those people always fail to recognize their own evil.
Yeah. They
don't
they
realize
don't
that
live
it's
in actual reality.
yeah. It's like you realize it's you now, right?
You realize you are the danger, Skylar.
I am the one who knocks.
I am the one.
So yeah, Joe Biden has stage 4 prostate cancer.
Butt cancer. Got the booty cancer.
Yeah,
Wait,
got the
wait.
booty cancer.
Is prostate balls or butt?
It's butt.
It's
Really?
in
Micah, you know what a prostate exam is?
Maybe.
A prostate exam
it's internal.
is where when a doctor takes his finger, sticks it up your
Hey,
butt
yo.
to feel your prostate to make sure it's healthy.
Hey, yo.
Don't worry, he says no homo before he does the operation.
Of
Or at least he's
course.
supposed to.
With socks on.
With socks on. I mean, you're both supposed to be wearing socks, so it's okay. But
Technically, it's connected to both your butt and balls.
Whoa.
yeah, I don't even know what your prostate is or what it's for, but I know it's in your butt. I know where it is.
So what the gay guys like? The prostate?
They can certainly feel it.
That's true.
They
That's-
get it checked.
And they certainly give
often.
each other exams all the time.
Yeah, all the time. It's
All
the
the
type of
time.
exam where you come out worse because you get AIDS.
Damn.
It's like
Or butt
It's
cancer.
like the opposite of a doctor.
That's rough.
It is rough
Yeah, it's rough for the doctor.
traditionally.
He's only doing it because you paid him to. A gay dude on the other hand. Okay, he's probably also doing it because you paid him to.
Yeah,
mean-
they're both making money off of this.
Maybe for free. Maybe for free.
Oh my gosh, are we
Who
ever gonna
knows?
get through this door?
We had to kill that guy to get through the door. At least I think so.
Is it opening?
No?
But anyway, basically the cat's out of the bag, and it really pissed people off because prostate cancer is such a slow process that there's no way they didn't know when he was running for president.
Oh yeah.
So they knew he was dying. Because prostate cancer, even at its most aggressive, it's gonna take it's gonna be like 5 to 10 years to get to stage 4. It's a very, very slow cancer. So considering he has these regular checkups, he's not like I've sorry, I missed my word.
Yeah, I think Joe Biden should be put in prison for elder abuse.
No, I agree. I think multiple people should. But yeah, we know for a fact he's getting multiple checkups. That's, that's pretty regular for the president.
So when he was saying, so when the news people were saying, oh, he's, the quickest, most wittiest man. He's sharp as tack. He's totally fit for the presidency.
Yeah. I mean, I think there were definitely signs during his presidency that we should have seen. Like, there's multiple times where he was out and about. Like, there's one specifically, like, in California, where he was out and about, and Secret Service called an emergency that they needed to get the president to a hospital. It's happened many times.
Yeah,
they knew.
It's especially terrible because it's like they knew this guy was gonna die, and they propped him up on purpose. They were deliberately trying to sneak Kamala in as president by putting up someone they knew was probably going to die during the presidency, which is just insane.
That would have been crazy. Crazy play.
Insane. Well, that's what they were trying to do.
They kind of flipped at the last moment because of the debate, I guess.
Yeah.
Joe Biden and Trump. They're like, oh, shit.
Just what they needed.
He just did too badly, and it started to go off the rails. But yeah, he actually told us that he had cancer in 2022. And
oh yeah, I think
the media
awesome.
Shrugged it off as a fluke. They're like, oh, he misspoke. But he was like, oh, that's why me and many others who got cancer. And I was like, what was that?
Oh.
What was that now?
Oh, he just means he had cancer.
It's crazy.
Right?
But actually, today he was interviewed. And I don't have this in the links because this is like an article I saw before we started. Like right before. But he's being asked questions by a room full of reporters, mostly about his health, of course. I mean, what else is there to ask him now? And I don't know if they got him like off his meds or what, or if he the dying process is accelerating. But he was just saying the nuttiest stuff. I want to read you one of the quotes. There you go. This is an article from conservativebrief.com. There was a book released that criticized him. Actually written by a CNN anchor, surprisingly, called Original Sin, that talks about him mentally and physically being diminished and while he was in the White House. And someone asked him, he's like, oh, there's been a lot of discussion recently about your mental and physical capabilities while you were in office. What's that all about? And he goes, he says, you can see that I'm mentally incompetent and I can't walk and I can beat the hell out of both of them. So it's one of those things that Joe Biden does. I don't know if you've noticed this, but he does this a lot, where he like brings himself down basically, so that he can bring someone else further down by saying, "Oh, I'm you know, I can't even do this, but they can't get me, sort of thing. But
I can't even walk.
you know, this has created the most hilarious headlines because it literally says, as a quote, Joe Biden, I'm mentally incompetent and I can't walk. He literally said that.
Dude, you can't say that.
Like
Whoops.
he admits it, and this was the guy that they were trying to put up as president. Like they knew exactly what they were doing. They're just as terrible and evil as they were accused of being.
Bro.
And Jill and his cabinet need to be investigated for that one. Because this crazy old man doesn't know what's going on. Come on.
Like, I'll beat the brakes off of both of you guys. I am mentally unstable and can't walk.
I can't walk, but I'm mentally incompetent, so I'll just go
And
nuts.
I'll start swinging.
Just, "Ah!"
I shit my pants.
I mean, at least
I
he's
could
honest.
beat the hell out
Get
of
that
them.
mentally ill strength going. It just goes berserk.
At least he's honest about his feelings.
Dude, it's just hilarious. Hilarious stuff. Magnificent.
Awesome.
So, Texas Governor Greg Abbott is going to sign a law that bans China, Russia, Iran, and North Korea from buying or owning land in Texas.
Hey,
Should already have that nationwide. You gotta be. I
Wait,
think
you
you should really be an American citizen to own land.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
That's
that-
what I was thinking, is we could bring this one step further. Like, yes, our enemies definitely should not be able to buy and own land in America. But foreign
I feel like you need to
foreign
be, like, a
countries should
legal
not be able
citizen,
to
like, with
at
that.
all. That should be a right reserved for us.
there's got to be some loophole that they're doing, right? No way. They're just like, yes, I am China. I'm an advocate for China. I will buy property.
No, it's that simple. It really is.
Damn.
China buys up a lot of land in the U.S. and then they do nothing with it, and all it does is it hurts our economy. It's on
Exactly.
purpose.
Well, it's so we can't. It's so we can't have farmland
Yeah,
to keep us dependent. Bill Gates does the same thing.
I was just about to say that ass, Bill Gates.
Darn
does-
Bill Gates.
He's a traitor as far as I'm concerned.
Bill, nah.
Oh, absolutely. He does it in other countries
He
too. Like go to
cripples
Sweden.
America on purpose.
He owns land in the Netherlands just so they can't make stuff either, because they're a big exporter of meat, I think.
So he's playing Monopoly. Basically.
Yeah,
Pretty much.
yeah. Which in real life makes you a kind of a terrible person.
Really
It's
does.
not as cool at all.
Your entire goal is to just screw over everyone else. Because
Yeah.
money
I'd like
and
money.
power.
I miss when like morally questionable businessmen were patriots.
Yeah.
Yep.
If you're gonna be a cutthroat capitalist, at least be America first.
Yeah, you know why the FBI and the CIA
They're like, why cripple his own country? That's insane.
they let mobsters exist for so long?
Why?
Because the money that the mobsters were getting wasn't. So the mobsters were, getting drugs from over the border, right? They didn't make the drugs in America. But all the money
Yeah.
they were making went to the U.S. economy. It didn't go to Mexico.
That is true.
And so they let it happen purely because those drugs were making America good profit. That's why they let it happen.
I mean,
Until they started, killing a bunch of people and doing other horrible things, and then they said they had to stop it.
they're like, this is
This is going too far. We should
not the
stop.
juice is not worth the squeeze here. I think we better start putting these guys in
Oh
prison.
no, we accidentally created hoodlums.
Whoops.
The drug epidemic. Whoopsie.
Yeah, the money cycling through
shouldn't
the
have given the
U.S. economy
segregated
is...
communities cocaine.
That's true.
What have we done?
Siphoning money out of the U.S. U.S. Whatever it's called.
Economy?
Yeah, that thing.
That old chestnut.
Yeah, that old yield thing. The economy, that is definitely an issue. Making it like a foreign, like siphoning off to foreign countries. Why am I being poisoned to death?
Oh, you made it. Well, damn it! Why do we walk all this way?
Well, it's fine either way.
Well, I'm going to the other arena because we haven't done it in a while, and I think we've leveled up enough.
Sure.
I have a commando head if anybody wants it. I'm gonna drop it.
I'm not a commando.
Well, I already have it unlocked, so I can't use it. So if somebody wants this head, if you don't have it unlocked.
I can see. Oh. Well, thanks. That worked out.
Dude, this guy is like
Oh, wait.
poisoning me, bro.
No. It's not where I wanted to go.
Yeah, there's always give and take to every
Give and
every
take.
situation. You get the pros, the cons. So, do you want to deal with it like now, or can it be put off till later? Type of thing.
I'd
It's
say
like, massive mafia underground, kind of bad, but it's not the worst. They got their own structured moral system.
It's creating
They're
jobs.
not like outright. Yeah, they're creating jobs for the under privileged in society, And then they turn into the cartel, and you're like, okay, well,
Wait a second.
you had your fun. This is no
Alright,
longer.
buddy. Yeah, you took it too far. It was fun while it lasted, but
Yeah.
we gotta nip that in the bud.
Get the Italian mob. That was pretty cool.
It was pretty cool.
It's not
gotta admit.
pretty cool aesthetics. They had a
very
code.
cool aesthetics.
Yakuza from Japan. They had there was classy
Pretty
mobsters
interesting.
that had.
You can't say that past tense. There's still Yakuza.
Well, that's true, but there's a lot
they
of.
probably look gay now, so they're probably not that cool anymore.
Yeah, today there's no.
They're probably
like the
gay
pirate-
Yakuza.
Just
It's like
it's like
code,
a bunch of twinks in double-breasted suits.
Oh no.
I don't even think they're probably in double-breasted suits. I think they're probably a bunch of just skinny twinks with dyed hair and tight-fitted
gosh.
blazer with a
You're
t-shirt.
thinking of One Piece.
Yeah, well, maybe they look like gay One Piece characters. I don't know.
Maybe.
You
never know. I mean, they're all Japanese, right?
Man. Whoops. but anyway.
Well, maybe because some of the One Piece characters do look pretty damn gay, all right?
Yeah, there's some pretty
You can't deny
twinky One
that.
Piece characters. That's true. That's true.
So true.
Although most of the time it's played for laughs. Like that one dude, Bon Clay, who's got like the ballerina thing going on. They're at least bashing cross-dressers, so that's nice.
What?
He's annoying and hard to look at, but the vibes are right.
Okay.
What the? Who hit me?
I guess they know their place.
So yeah. Good on Greg Abbott. That'll be
Yes, we
pretty
need
cool.
more of it.
I love that it not only says buying but also prohibits owning. So any land currently owned can kiss that goodbye.
Yes.
I'm not sure how that works, but
Yeah.
sounds cool to
They
me.
also use those as like proxies to, do drug stuff.
Yeah.
So
Oh shoot!
that's gonna take care of a lot of that as well.
Help!
Illegal like drug farm stuff
Yes.
with the illegals.
Micah, shoot him! Shoot! I took
Trying,
down
I
all
don't have any
self.
My
bullets.
computer's
What?
making a horrible noise.
Dude, I'm doing no
I don't like
damage.
that.
Your computer is going to explode.
Maybe.
Yeah, we leveled up so
Golly.
much since this. I thought this would be easier.
Need to clean that out later. But anyway, that needs to be a right reserved for U.S. citizens nationwide. Let's do it. New executive order. Let's go.
I just don't understand how that's a thing. How can a foreign entity own U.S. property? That just sounds like an invasion or something. I don't know.
Yeah, it sounds so compromising.
We just let Micah's robot do the work. Look at that.
Like if you're a dual citizen, okay, that's one thing. But if you're literally not a citizen here,
I see.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
why should we let commies buy up our farmland? That's insane.
Yeah, they don't play by our rules anyway. They literally do not respect property rights in China.
No.
And we're going to be like, oh, yeah, China, no problem. You can buy our property, Totally.
Yeah, I'll be fine.
It's like, no, you don't respect property rights, so we're not going to respect your right to own our property. Screw you.
I agree.
Screw you guys. Freaking dumb. Dumb as hell.
So I assume you guys are familiar with what's going on in South Africa. I think we
Kinda.
talked about it a
Do you not do
few weeks ago about how basically the people in charge of South Africa are very, very racist and are oppressing white people just for being white, basically. And doing things like taking away their land unjustly because they're white and no other reason. Like that's just
They are white.
just enough for their politicians. And
I
I
love
just traded
Trump.
with
so
you.
now
Whoops.
America is getting South African refugees.
Oh, yeah.
And these
I heard it was only like 60 so far.
yeah, 59 exactly have
Dude, and
been-
everybody's like, oh my
have
gosh.
been vetted
These-
and become
These
or
60
becoming
white
citizens.
people
Yeah, they've been
are
losing
not
their
allowed in
minds.
this. It's like,
No.
alright, so now it's
After
just
me.
completely out in the open that this is malicious because you're all about the migrants coming here fleeing from countries, and as soon as we try to get some actually persecuted people over because they're white, you have a big issue with it for some reason.
Yeah, pretty much.
60 people.
It was racism the whole
So
time.
dumb.
Who would have guessed?
It was we pulled off the mask. The Scooby-Doo gang figured it out. It was racism.
I think I've solved it, gang.
Damn it.
They were
Racism
racist the whole time.
No.
They preached inclusion
Micah,
and
you need to get over here.
intolerance, but it was
You need to help
really
us.
to get a leg up on everybody else.
Get into this guy.
I don't think I can get to you.
Help, help, help.
I'm trying. Ah! I was getting shot at too much.
No!
How do I get over there?
There's a guy to your right, if you need it.
If my robot helps you out.
A robot did not help me in time. This is the final round.
Oh, he's healing you.
I mean, wave. I'm
let's
dead.
go. Oh.
Oh no, he's gonna take my kill. Oh, you stupid robot!
Well, he was healing you, and then he took your kill.
I'm going up. I'm going up to the top to snipe. I'm just waiting for the elevator to come down.
Well, it's all gonna be over in 3 seconds.
Can he revive you? Did he get you up?
Your robot can't do that.
Failed.
He was doing something.
How'd you guys
He was-
fail?
because Micah sent his robot out and it took all my kills.
Well, I was
Oh, wait,
trying to
was Micah
clear
dead?
the enemies,
Yeah.
but he cleared them
Oh.
too well.
I didn't know Micah was dead.
He did. He did too
We were
well.
at the very end, Micah.
Whack.
So yeah, millions of criminals from other countries, as long as they're brown, that's okay. 59 vetted South Africans who are becoming citizens and actually showing some level of patriotism. Terrible. Can't have it. Don't see it. They're too white.
Yeah, didn't Trump play him like a sizzle reel in the White House, in the Oval Office to them
He's
of
like-
this?
He did. It
So
was
Wasn't
this
that
is a bad
amazing?
hilarious. Genuinely hilarious.
Played a
So,
freaking sizzle reel. It's just amazing.
He's like, we have freedom of speech in South Africa, okay?
Things are
I
great.
don't
Oh, really?
personally like it, but you know.
As long as you don't move to, like Detroit or something, you'll be a lot safer.
Take him to Detroit.
It's like that is
No,
not freedom of speech.
not Detroit.
Advocating for death of a ethnic group, like that literally would be you would be put in jail, wouldn't you? Like how is that protected?
Dude, I don't know. I do not know. I don't get it, man. It's crazy, dog.
It's like, yeah, you know, I don't personally like his political opinions, but you know, we all have freedom of speech in South Africa. I'm like, bro,
Whoop.
okay, if the Democrats
I'm stuck. Oh, we're good.
or the Republicans start advocating for an ethnic group to be, you know, erased, I think some people would be put in jail. Just saying.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, the double
That's
standard
just,
is
that's
crazy,
not it.
which we'll definitely get back to tonight.
It's like, no, you know, it's definitely, yeah.
There's so much gore when
The-
your robot kills. Oh my gosh, it's crazy, dude.
Yeah, they're just the South African government is just turning a blind eye to all the rapes and murders of the
Well, they themselves are
white South Africans.
deliberately
Where'd you go?
oppressors
Wait,
to
what?
the Afrikaans,
What the?
so of course they're gonna turn a blind eye, which is just
I just suddenly died. What?
it's just
Didn't
it's
even
just
give me
inhuman,
a-
really.
Yeah.
It didn't give me a chance
Just
to
unconscionable.
freaking do second wind. I don't know what happened.
Damn.
You guys better stay alive.
I'm trying.
I'm going up to snipe.
You died.
Can you play a sound effect for me?
Yeah, I don't know what happened. I think it glitched. Because it didn't do the whole dying animation thing.
Weird.
Slab
Yeah.
res. Crazy.
Well, I got a slag sniper, so you're welcome.
Damn.
Oh, no!
Can you get me a sound effect, Jensen?
Which one? Hold on.
The usual.
Alright. Go ahead.
Now it's time for an article on England.
England forever.
No, that's Scotland forever.
No, England forever.
No.
Come
Current England? No.
Currently, it would be England forever.
My name is Mohammed. Mohammed bin Balin.
I hate England so very much. Very, very much.
I love the money,
I will
though.
stay here, yes. I love the
I
handouts.
love the free handouts. I'm going to cross 5 different countries to get to here because I'm fleeing my
I
own
love
country.
England money. I don't like England.
People are so oppressive here. They
It's so oppressive.
they expect me to not act like a lunatic. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
So oppressive.
You're alive.
Your robot died.
Dang.
Your robot is gay.
Mike.
But no, a
Oxlong's
British man
robot.
is arrested for
Breathing.
raising a sign making fun of terrorists.
Oh no, bro.
So he was out on a protest and he had a picture of
Someone's shooting at me. What the heck?
You got a
of
license for
the
that sign.
previously
Previously.
alive leader of Hamas, and it was a picture of him and it said beep beep as in a reference to the exploding pagers. So pretty hilarious. Usually, I mean, I know that sounds kind of cruel. I'm not reveling in a person's death or anything, but
I mean, terrorist. I don't know, man.
But I mean, when you're protesting someone who is advocating for a terrorist, I think it's okay. I think it's okay to have that attitude.
Yeah.
I think that's perfectly fine and proper.
You let Jaeden die, Micah.
What?
And I'm out of sniper ammo.
Ooh.
But his house was even searched for offensive materials.
Offensive
And he
materials.
was like, they went through the wife's knicker drawer. Ridiculous.
Oh, your wife's knickers are offensive to me.
Only in Britain.
Very inappropriate.
We'll see if the charge goes anywhere. It's too early to know.
It will.
But for now,
This
the
is
man
Britain
has
we're
been
talking about.
arrested and interrogated for doing things that protesters do. Apparently, he was standing there holding the sign for 3 minutes. Only
That was
3 minutes. And then they got him.
You just whipped it out. And it's like, all right, that's it.
That's suspiciously fast.
Dude, I love blasphemy laws
not
in
targeted
Britain.
at
It's
all.
great.
Yeah, definitely not unspoken blasphemy laws. No.
It's fantastic. It's just like What do we?
Retarded.
What do we? Like, I don't understand the British police force. Like, how do you loathe yourself and your culture so much that you go out and you persecute your own
Because they're indoctrinated too.
Wait,
your
I think
own
it has a lot to do with
people?
DEI, the types of embittered people who get in those positions of powers.
I guess so. I
It
think that
must
yeah, it's
be,
just
because otherwise, yeah, it's
little authoritarian dictators, I guess, maybe.
yeah, they'd have to be. But yeah, it's just a special level of snitch, of
You're working
betrayal.
for foreign powers or religious zealotry, like it's moral. I
Yeah,
don't even
for
understand.
for a religion that you don't even believe, for a
Yeah, and then we'll
people
kick
that
you
hate
out. Just
you and everything you stand
Yeah.
for. You know,
exactly.
Freaking
who
stole
would
money from me.
stone your
Stone your gay liberal arts
stone your gay
ass.
ass for if you were in their country. That's who you're
I have no
protecting
sympathy for these people.
rather than your people.
I am not
You wouldn't catch
I'm
me being a
anti-police in
Gestapo.
Britain. I don't like them.
Yeah, they don't do their jobs, and
They don't even carry around a gun.
yeah,
Hang
It's
I
on.
like,
mean,
what are you, gay or something? You got this little stick you're gonna beat me
I
with,
threw a
huh?
grenade in the middle
Weirdo.
of this clump of guys, and then your robot pushed them all back. So they were then clumped somewhere entirely different.
Nice.
It's perfect.
A robot is
Thank
just
you very much.
it's a very interesting thing. Who got him? Yep.
Yeah, I like to think that in that situation, you would not find me just following orders, if you know what I mean.
Oh yeah. It would it'd be an upset. I don't know.
You know, you're
People
supposed
just
to be protecting people and upholding the law, and then they want you to do stuff like that. It's like, really?
I guess people just live in a different society and they're just used to not having rights. They're like, this is just the way it is now.
Yeah, basically. I mean, all of them are so used
I'm
to
just gonna get pushed
saying
around.
they have free speech that they say it all the time. All of them do, on both sides of the aisle. And they don't have, like, any semblance of that, actually.
No.
It's like, really? I don't think so. But I mean, the police have been... I think another thing about the police is also just a slow downward slope. Like I think they've been getting worse for a long time. For longer than I knew. Like the whole Rotherham gang thing really exposed how long it's been going on, because you had,
Help.
13-year-olds.
Oh my gosh, you gotta be joking.
Assaulted 13-year-olds getting arrested for being intoxicated.
Oh.
Or you had police having their
I'm coming, Micah.
way with a victim.
He's almost dead. Oh, I'm almost dead. No.
Did you die?
He was
Dang it.
supposed to die.
Okay, I got him. All right, we're good.
But yeah, there are weird
Yeah, and
reports
even
where
if
it's like,
you-
oh, they had sex, and it's like, that's not what we call that. Actually,
actually,
help.
um,
I'm.
Oh
yeah,
no.
I mean, even, dude, Europe
I
is
can't
just
believe you
is
just
such
did
a
that.
joke. Even if you, oh,
Didn't
you guys are
mean
good.
to.
Sorry, what'd you say about Europe?
Even if you get convicted, you're literally like the sentences there are a complete joke. Like the maximum sentence in was it like 20?
Where is he?
It's like 20 years, or am I thinking of Ireland? I don't know. It's
I
really
don't know.
low.
But yeah, you're
Like
right.
gonna let him
the
come to me.
punishments
Is a
are
joke.
just yeah. It's like, oh, lifetime in prison is like 20 years. I'm like, what do you mean 20 years? What do you mean? Over here we have like hundreds and hundreds of years to like it's like 5-time life sentence. Over there they're like, yeah, I know he murdered 5 people in cold blood and robbed a bank, but he he was well behaved in prison.
Yeah,
So
he could be rehabilitated.
yeah. Yeah. I think 15, 20 years. I think that'll
Don't
be
shoot his
fine.
head, please. Oh, damn.
Yeah, I love that America has recognized that there's no rehabilitating some people.
Kill him.
Damn it.
Oh, it's because it's a
Yeah.
Goliath.
Dang it.
We're doing progressively worse. Are you sure we shouldn't just do more story or something?
Yeah, I suppose.
It's kind of boring anyway. What did we say? Yeah, you're right. I mean, the Rotherham gang's sentences were really sad, and then they, really sad to begin with, and then they all got off on parole before, like, once they had gotten like a third of the way through. Like, people who literally spent decades trafficking people and doing the worst things that you can do to a human being, to children, personally, and selling them out to other people. And
Micah, what is
you
your
think
shield
they can be
capacity?
rehabilitated? You think that any
1300.
of those people can be out
I
on the
got
streets
you.
ever again? Like, no, never.
Look, I got something for you.
To the gallows with them.
Not 50
Take
years, not
that.
60, not 80, not just lock him away or hang him up. There's nothing else to do in that situation.
I think the gallows would suffice.
Oh boy, you're one of the evilest people alive. Well, I think 5 years in the can will do it for you.
Oh yeah.
Like, what, dude?
Totally.
You have sunk to the lowest depths of human depravity. Would you like a crumpet?
It's like,
Would you like migrant
I don't
housing?
understand. Would you like
Rape?
hot meals? Oh.
Like, you are just...
I'm sorry, grape
It's just inhuman.
Ooh.
It's just inhuman.
flavor.
It's just
Grape flavor.
comically evil. Britain has become comically evil.
In the worst way possible. It's so inverted. I don't know how anybody lives there.
Yeah, I don't
Crazy.
know. I mean, I respect the people, who stay and, who are patriots. I get it. I appreciate it. But, man, recognize a lost
I would
cause when you
literally-
see one.
I would literally be in the clanger if I was over there, because it would just...
We would be in jail so fast.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's a joke anyway, going to jail. They're like,
We would have been in jail years ago.
I would have become Batman. Wait, no. I would have become Red Hood.
Yeah, that's more realistic. I
Yeah.
would have become.
I would literally just
I would be Hitman.
Yeah, you be Hitman, I'll be Red Hood. I'll take care of the grooming gangs. It's fine.
Take them all out.
Don't worry your pretty little head, you British losers. Can't can't finish anything, can't do the job that needs to be done. Like,
Yeah, what's gonna happen? Are the limp-wristed, overweight, unarmed cops gonna chase you down? Like, oh no!
I hope
Oh
they with their
dear!
sticks. That would suck.
I wouldn't know what to do against them.
Meanwhile, over in the US, we got like SWAT, SEAL Team 6, SWAT, freaking paramilitary fighting like absolute maniacs with it's just they're outclassed. The Europeans
True.
are outclassed in
Outclassed.
all regards.
We'll just send one of those guys, just one of them, to the streets of London.
Yeah.
And he'll just lay waste, and they'll be like, we can't find this guy. What is happening?
It's insane.
What is going on here? We'll come up with a cool superhero name for him. We'll call him the Liberator.
Oh yeah.
And we'll make memes and American propaganda about him. It'll be hilarious. He'll become a legend, the Liberator.
Just airdrop him in.
Yeah.
They cannot be helped, dude. It's just like the Chinese people, man. They just can't be
Yeah, I know.
helped.
Yeah, they just keep
don't have
doing it
the-
to themselves, you know?
They don't have the gumption, man.
Like when everyone's doing it, you just can't like replace someone and hope it'll go all right. I mean, they're trying to suspend one of their top reform guys because of a meme he posted. It was a meme of like Hitler and his war room looking down at a map, and it says, how about we invade them super slowly with small boats? Nah, that'll never work. Which is perfect, and you know, is in line with like what reform believes.
Yeah.
So there's nothing wrong with it, but like oh no, we can't do that. We
That's
can't
great.
have that. We've got to get rid of this guy.
Oh yeah. We can't have a meme lord because that'll never work. Definitely.
Yeah, Trump
Definitely didn't prove that.
No, Trump didn't have an absolutely incredible media campaign. Definitely doesn't happen.
These people, man. These people.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's hard to have hope for them. I mean, you know, I wish them the best. Our, you know, brothers and sisters.
The true patriots. My heart goes out to them.
Truly. You know? I want them to do
Rise
well.
up.
I wish you the best. I have no hope for you, but I wish you the best.
It's fair.
That's the reality.
It's fair judgment. There'll be a remnant of Britain somewhere.
Somewhere. We'll do we'll give them their own like Chinatown, you know?
Exactly.
We'll call it Little Britain.
Yeah, no, we Britain.
We Britain.
We Britain.
Britain, Britain, Britain.
Britain, Britain, Britain.
It's the peoples of Britain that make Britain.
Britannia.
Ho 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 ho.
So concludes Britain.
So concludes Britain. Alright, Arizona has
Iced
passed
tea.
legislation for no. The state of Arizona passes legislation for
The state of Arizona.
age verification for adult sites.
Wow.
Yet another state to do so because they have seen the numbers and they see
help me.
that it works.
Well.
It works, ladies and gentlemen.
It works.
It doesn't stop people from watching it for free, I mean, people still know how to use VPNs and stuff, but it at least keeps, like, the dumb little kids from getting into it, either by accident or on purpose.
I mean, that is, like, the least that we can do is have
it
age
is
verification for
literally
this
the
stuff.
very least. There's more we should be doing, but that's, a start. And many people told me it wouldn't work. People on this podcast told me it wouldn't work. And it works. How about that?
How about that?
I don't mean to be that guy, but I was right.
You just say I told you so.
Yeah, exactly. Don't want to be like that, but it's important to point out that these things can work. These things can work without being a slant on your freedoms. It can be done.
A slant on my freedoms?
It can be done.
Did you just say a slur?
I said slant.
A slant.
I need to get that sound clip of "You are racist" from that video game. I don't remember what it's called.
Game?
There's a incredibly woke video game that came out last year, and there's like it's based on like making choices. So like there's multiple story paths you can do, and if you take certain ones, your character says you are racist, and it's like all echoey, and there's like giant letters on the screen.
You talking about the two sisters that one's the dude, and then is that what it is? What is it called?
I don't know.
Life is Strange, but it's not that. It's from the same people.
Yeah, it's like that.
Or maybe it is called Life is Strange.
No, Life
I
is
don't
Strange
remember.
is a different one.
But it's like
Life is Strange.
Two
is like
sisters, and then they grew up. I don't know.
It's not a telltale thing. I said like.
Oh.
It's that kind of thing, is what I mean.
It's on genre, maybe.
Right. Hey, did you just gamble?
Yeah.
On this Christian Borderlands server?
Hell yeah.
Come on.
Hey, look, there's a
Blow
robot
all my
screwing
money.
spooning a guy over here.
What?
That's
No, I'm serious.
Yippee!
cute, honey.
He's spooning him. He's got his hand on his
Dude.
shoulder.
Dude, I want to see. I killed myself.
I just saw you do that.
That was.
That was brilliant, Micah. Outstanding.
I misjudged the space.
No, Micah, it's over here. He's spooning him.
Whoa, he is. It's adorable. Did they die like that, or are they just there?
No, that's part of a mission. You're supposed to be snapping artsy pictures.
Neat.
Oh, nice.
See, there's one over here. I'm about to take a picture of a flower.
So, a couple more things to talk about. Superman trailer. Did we see the Superman trailer, guys?
Superman.
I've only seen the first one.
Is it the one where the dog like pulls him to the place, the crystal thing?
Oh, that was like a clip. So
Oh.
that was the second to last thing. but there's a new, like, full-length trailer.
When that
Where it
shows
spoils
some
the
kind
whole
of
movie?
story.
No, it actually doesn't. It's still
Oh,
too
really?
much, shows too much for my liking. It's still, a 3-minute trailer, which I think is egregious, but I still don't know what the plot is, so at least there's that. I hope it's good. My hopes are not high, but I hope it's great.
Yeah, my hopes are really not high.
I mean, I wouldn't
don't know,
say
man.
my hopes are low. I'm not like, oh man, this looks like shit. But, I mean, they're not. I'm not. I don't have any certainty that it's going to be great or anything. It's just kind of like, well, this
Hold on a
could
second.
really go either way. James Gunn might do James Gunn
So-
things and be super annoying and stupid, or it could be amazing.
That's guaranteed. Unless the reshoots fixed it. Who the hell knows?
Well, I mean, it's certainly going to have a certain amount of James Gunn quirk in it, because James Gunn simply cannot James Gunn. But he can be restrained. At least. I don't know.
So it's
There's
another
just-
Superman origin movie?
No, actually.
Or
No.
this is
In-
like mid
In fact,
career.
yeah, in fact, it's like almost the opposite. Not completely, but like in this one, like Lois knows his identity from the beginning. They're already in love. Like it's quite
Wow.
a bit of a ways through.
Yeah,
the
I guess he does
story.
have the dog too.
Yeah, he's got
Got the
crypto.
dog.
What the dog doing?
That's
You
a
got the
self-insert
dog.
for James Gunn's own dog,
Yeah, it is.
including some of the behaviors that dog does is even apparently from his own dog. Like he bites Superman's feet, and it's like hurting him, which is apparently something Gunn's dog used to do when he first got him, was like bite his feet and hurt him. Now,
Nice.
James Gunn's dog is really small, so honestly, that just proves that James Gunn's just a pussy.
He's like,
Can't
"Ow,
handle
you're
a tiny
hurting me."
dog biting him.
I mean, it would be annoying to have
Yeah, but he
some-
claimed it
some
hurt.
teeth around your toesies.
So, yeah, but how soft are your damn toes? I have some calloused feet,
This man's got soft toes.
so I don't know. Maybe that's
I
just
mean,
me.
it would be uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Jensen's got hardened
I don't know.
dogs. Hardened toe dogs.
I do have hardened dogs. They are very callous
They're just non.
from
gnawing
years
on
of
them things.
standing all day at work and walking for 10 hours a day.
Oh, it's
And running. It will callous your feet.
You got like African
Yeah,
safari
man.
feet.
I got hobbit feet. They're slowly like becoming rubber-like on the bottom.
Yeah. Get your own natural padding.
Look at chest.
Oh my gosh.
Man, these all kind of suck. Why are you guys dying?
I'm dying.
I was trying to let a Goliath level up all the way
Micah, I death swapped with you.
because
Come heal me.
Dude,
I have a special
masochistic.
ability where I can just tap E and I swap places with you.
that's crazy.
But anyway, yeah, I'm just concerned about how much is going on in Superman.
Superman.
There's just a lot of characters. and a lot of different villains,
Wait a second.
if that makes sense.
What's that bald guy's name?
I'm about to
Luthor.
shoot Shooty Face McShooty in his face.
Did they racially swap Lex Luthor? I don't remember.
No, he's being played by Nicholas Hoult. They did not race
Okay.
swap Lex Luthor, and he's properly bald.
I don't know why I thought that.
Well, it's probably been done before. But no, there's no race swapping.
Well, that was something I just did.
Wow. I got an achievement.
Was it because you shot Shooty McShooty Face in the face?
I didn't. I don't think I personally did that, but yes.
I just did that. He asked me to. Okay,
That's true, he did.
I mean,
so it's not murder.
it's justified. Yeah.
I mean, it is murder, but
It's Canadian murder.
It's
exactly.
which is
I
fine.
said I'm sorry and everything.
Oh, good. You've got all your bases.
So sorry
covered.
about that.
Sorry. But you asked, eh?
Oh yeah, I
Yes.
said I'm sorry.
Destiny
I
shall
said I'm
receive.
sorry, shoot. Shoot.
Shooting tag.
What?
Stop that.
Shooting tag.
You're not fooling me.
Huh.
Alright, you guys are full of opinions on Superman. I think we'll move on.
I'm so opinionated.
Uh,
It's gonna fail. It's gonna fail. It's gonna fail. It's
Alright,
gonna.
last thing. Doctor Who.
I'm going to jump.
The Doctor Who season finale was
Do
a
it,
few
pussy.
hours ago.
Oh,
I watched it live.
Doctor Who cares? Am I right?
Oh, well,
Oh, got 'em.
actually, you are right, because they've been getting like 1 million viewers per episode. It's pretty sad. They're literally YouTubers more popular than this show.
Yeah, it's sad.
Pathetic.
That's pretty
It's
sad.
a very unreasonable number of viewers. I'm not sure who would fund it.
Nobody. So
Yeah, I just want to talk about the season a little bit because it's been nuts actually. So first episode also introduced a new companion, and she's just insufferable. Always
She
ordering.
looks
ordering
grumpy. She has
people
like
around.
resting, unhappy face.
Yeah, she does look unhappy, like sort of just
resting
like
in a happy face.
consistently upset with her life. Like she's got resting frowny face.
Dang.
Frowny McFrowny face.
Frowny McFrowny face. What is happening, guys?
Oh shit!
What in
You
the
gotta
world
be
is happening?
joking.
Oh,
I don't
fire!
know.
Fire's happening.
Anyway, I forgot what I'm saying. Oh yeah. And she actually ends up saving the day rather than the doctor. He doesn't do nothing in that one, but she does end up saving the day, which is annoying. And she's
Cringe.
annoying. And there's like this whole thing where her ex-boyfriend gets turned into like a computer, and he's suffering basically, and he's doing all of these evil things, but they actually find that he's in horrible pain and he wants to die, and it's very sad.
Dang.
And
And then they provided what is it called? AIDS? No.
yeah, he did
What
the
is
maid
Booger
service.
Maids. They provided maid to him.
Well, so he
I'm dying.
he does get defeated. They create kind of like a paradox, and he turns back into a sperm.
Oh,
So he functionally dies. And what does the doctor do?
the
The
hell?
doctor laughs out loud, kicks his leg in the air, and goes, "Yas, queen."
And there it is.
So he just
Oh, yeah,
Oh, and he gets sucked up. This little sperm and egg gets sucked up by a vacuum cleaner.
yeah. Yep.
And he does nothing about it.
Yeah, he just kind of lets it happen rather than saving him and giving him life.
What?
It's terrible. So this guy who is,
Hey.
you know, who
Who's this
cares
guy?
if he was a dick or not? He like suffered and died. And the doctor's like, "Yas. Love it."
Yeah.
Which is
Um,
completely contradictory to his character, because early in the show, in the Fourth Doctor, which is like early 70s, there's an episode where he has the opportunity to kill his greatest enemy, the Daleks, before they're created. And he's having this moral panic on whether or not he should, because, you know, he'd be essentially wiping out an entire species, and, you know, that's life.
Yeah, if he's
And life, no matter what it is important.
right. And if he genocides the Daleks, then
He's no better than the Daleks.
right.
So then for him to just turn around and go, "Yas, queen," when somebody dies.
Spectacularly out of character.
I just
Yeah.
don't even understand why he said these things. I'm confused.
Yeah, he even
Why?
had an amazing speech in that early episode, which they actually later connected to a 12th Doctor episode, which was also really excellent.
Why did he say Yas Queen?
Because he's gay.
Because he's gay, and that's how they celebrate. He was celebrating this man's death, and it was horrifying. That was my point.
So the companion's ex-boyfriend got turned into a
Who was an
sperm and an egg.
incel.
Yes.
This is very sad.
Yeah,
I don't.
it was out of character.
So anyway,
I mean,
second
I think we're past that.
second episode comes around, and they go to like 1950s Florida, and of course they just do a bunch of stupid race stuff.
I'm getting sick of that. The Brits like going into our history and having issues with it. It's just like, stay away from my country, okay?
Here,
just-
actually,
Deal with your own historical issues.
Yeah, they used to.
racism.
Like, you have no right to point fingers at us because we got rid of slavery before you did.
Right. Well,
Nerds.
well, it's funny. They go to America only once in the classic series, and it was just a set. And it took them.
It was just a gag.
It took them so long to do it again that they didn't actually film in America until the 11th Doctor. Like, it took them almost 50 years to actually film in America.
Dang.
But ever since then, they're like, "Oh, that's free real estate. We'll play in their history and do Rosa Parks and Martin Luther King Jr. and talk
Yeesh.
about how
But
terrible
it's-
the Americans are." It's like,
But
what
it's
is
British.
this, guys?
It's British.
Get my
This is-
country out your fucking mouth.
This is not your business. Certainly. But anyway,
That's awesome.
so that was the first episode. Second episode, it was the whole race thing, and the doctor did literally nothing to save the day. Literally nothing. It was the companion who ultimately did it. Saved the day again. Second episode in a row. Super annoying. The next one, neither the doctor nor the companion saved the day. It's ultimately like a side character, this girl boss soldier chick, who does it.
Mm.
Fourth episode is completely focused on the companion from his previous series, and doesn't even feature the doctor until the end of the episode. So the villain is like a whole this he's like this he's a podcaster, of course. He's the villain, and it was really stupid. And
The podcaster.
the doctor shows up at the end of the episode to like rant at the guy about like how much noise he's contributing on social media and how terrible he is for people. And it was just so cringiest speech he's ever made.
Widowy can time travel.
He's
Widowy an alien.
Literal preaching.
He's talking about stupid social media.
Right, like he would understand the nuance or even
I don't
care.
know. I don't even. Widowy time traveling. Like
What are we talking?
I'm about to slur. This is a sweaty spaghetti.
It's like if Marty McFly was going on about social justice. We would be like, what's even happening right now?
Like, what's going on here?
Is this what we're doing?
I just like the doctor. He's supposed to like go through time and fix problems and be all quirky and humorous and lighthearted most of the time. It's just I don't even understand that they're dragging around a corpse for the past like 5 years or more. Like, look at this guy. Huh? Oh, 8 years.
8.
Well,
8 years since the 12th
That's-
Doctor's last episode.
that is a long time.
It is.
Doctor Who's been dead for 8 years.
That is
They've
crazy.
They've been puppeting that corpse a long time.
Yeesh.
It's
It's been weekend at Doctor's, not weekend at Bernie's.
But anyway,
Lieutenant Doctors.
episode 5 was like mostly talking, and it's all about this ship that runs on stories. Like, people tell stories and it fuels the ship. Makes no scientific sense. So much for science fiction,
yes.
right? And he wins by default because he's so old and he has so many, so much history that he like overloads the engine just by walking up to it, basically. And then that's the end of it. So he doesn't do anything.
Oh.
He technically saves the day for once at least, but he didn't do anything. There isn't his usual, clever flair and solutions. No. Can't have that.
just existed.
He's not space Sherlock Holmes anymore. But that was the worst episode of all, because that episode was set in Nigeria. And it was really weird. It sort of depicts Nigeria as this paradise, which is hilarious because it's illegal to be gay in Nigeria. Like, not even just gay marriage. Like, it's just illegal to be gay.
And he's
Like, you could be
showing up
bombed
there.
instead, basically.
This is not the place you want to be doing
So
this,
they're
my
like-
friend.
Like, through the story, they're pushing progressive politics, but also trying to idealize Nigeria. and it just doesn't work. It just comes off as ingenuine because it's like, okay, you clearly don't understand what you're talking about. And the whole point of the episode is that ever since he became black, he's been like oppressed in certain places of Earth, and he feels comfortable in Nigeria because he's surrounded by black people.
Well, joke's on you. You're gay, so
And his Indian
that's not gonna
companions
end well.
like, oh yeah, I feel the same way about India. That's like the most human thing ever. And it's like, what, you guys? It's the most human thing ever to be racist? Because it's really
I
racist
just want
to
to be
say
around other people of
that
my race.
you feel more comfortable around a certain people group if they're the same color as you. Like, that's crazy. That's a crazy thing to say. As one of my commenters pointed out, imagine if one of the white doctors was in Estonia, possibly the whitest country in the world, and said that. People would lose their minds. So it's clear evidence of a double standard.
Fucking racist. Racism.
And so it's just glaring racism.
Yeah, I just like...
She killed herself.
Who?
The fact that you can say that on television.
A lady I just read the poem to killed herself.
Whoa.
Rip.
Dude, that's...
Well, I
That's
read
whack.
Scooter's poem. It wasn't mine.
Oh. That's legit.
I am. But yeah, they're just so surface level, so one-dimensional people. They don't have any like deeper morality or perspective on the world than I relate to fellow race, my race and their race, same, together strong.
Yeah, you're exactly right. It becomes funnier when you read about the writer of that episode. His name is Inua Ellams, and he was born in Nigeria, and then when he was sometime during his childhood, he moved to Britain. His family moved there to prosper, basically, and they did. He went to school. He graduated. He was able to get a college degree. He became a poet, writes exclusively about race. He's written a couple of plays that he had a lot of trouble getting funding for, and this has gotten him quite the accolades. Like, he's like gotten into the Society of British Literature. And he was most recently awarded Member of the Order of the British Empire.
What?
Which is crazy, because this man does nothing but write about white privilege. I looked up some of his articles from kind of his post-college days, and this man is convinced that the film, he has a whole article about this, that the film Men in Black is about white privilege.
What?
He
What?
is convinced of this, that's the story, and that's the whole point of
He's a retard.
Will Smith and Tommy Lee Jones' characters, is to show white privilege.
What?
So this man is crazy.
This man is crazy.
These people, they come over to better Western countries, and they get raised up, and they have this idealized version of their home country that they came from, and it's just not it, fam. Go back to Nigeria, see how they treat you. see what normalities you have in
if
Britain.
It's so great, what are you
the
still doing here?
absolute privilege you have. Yeah,
because this guy,
I've seen.
He he has an English accent. He's clearly.
Hey,
an Englishman to some degree,
Micah,
and he like
what's the damage level on your rocket launcher?
he like wears like exclusively like Nigerian style clothes now in recent years, and he just writes these articles about how like in Nigeria he was so free and everything was fun and wonderful, and he was, you know, how he was oppressed because basically he was expected to like, you know, be like a quiet English person and be respectful, and it's like, what are you talking about, dude? And so that was my point in the video, was like, imagine this guy who has gotten all of these accolades to the point where he's a member of the Order of the British Empire, and he uses that position to tell everyone how privileged they are by being white. There's no
Micah, what's the damage on that?
There's no
3,800.
self-awareness there
I
at
got
all.
something better.
Like, you're the privileged one, dude. You write poems in crappy plays that nobody wants to see.
Threw it behind
and
you.
you struggle to find funding for those things, and yet you know, skyrocket to the top and get all these accolades for your politics and your race and the things that you say. But no, it's everyone else who is privileged.
Oh, I hate these people. I hate them so much.
Micah, what is your grenade mod damage?
I don't.
It created this whole argument in my comment section about the evils of the British Empire, because people were just not getting what I was saying about it. Because I was like, okay, like England,
1100.
like England does
What?
not have.
What is it?
1100.
Oh, I got some more powerful here.
England does not have like a significant racist history. Like, they're racist and there always will be. But like, through all the horrible things that the British Empire did, they never did it because of someone's color. You know, we could talk about that stuff all day and we would, you know, probably agree, but it's like,
Micah, it's on the ground right here.
you know, they didn't start a race war with anybody. They weren't trying to genocide or purify anybody. They didn't enslave anybody. They did not have.
It's purely business.
They did not have legal slave trade. The slaves that were brought back there became like indentured servants, or they went free or whatever. And you know, they never had a civil rights movement because they never had legal segregation. In fact, the only cases of segregation were a few pubs and hotels where white people were not allowed. So the only the small amount of segregation was actually the other way around. And so my point wasn't that like there weren't racists in England or the British Empire didn't do evil things. Like, my point was that unlike other countries, for all you can say about them, there is, in comparison, no significant racist history.
Yeah.
But they are so
like,
desperate to purport that there is.
It was more business oriented. Nothing
like just because
crazy.
Just because something evil is done against an ethnic group doesn't mean that it was race fueled.
Yeah.
Which
see, your nuances are gay and lame. Okay. We need.
Which, I mean, it's like still what we're arguing in the modern day. Because, you know, you can't criticize certain people without being called racist. Oh, if you don't like the new doctor, you're racist. But obviously there's no equivalent there. That's stupid. It's just the same old crap.
Oops.
So anyway, so that was That was 5 episodes in a row that the Doctor did not do anything. And in episode 6, he finally does. Finally does in the Interstellar Song Contest. And he doesn't use his wits. So the villain is doing what he does because of he's like threatening to kill a bunch of people, right? That's his whole plot is to like send a signal that will kill people when they hear it. It's like a death signal thing. They didn't do a good job of explaining it, because that episode was written by a transgender dude named Juno Dawson, who you might recall as having written This Book is Gay, which was banned from a bunch of places, or I guess not banned, that's not the right word at all, but taken out of a lot of school libraries because in the US. So much disputed, because it was meant to be an instructional book, and the description of the book actually says this. So an instructional book for young people about how to be gay, and it was just very, very explicit, and it ended up in schools because, that was the intended audience, and the Americans were like, "Oh no, that sucks. Actually, that's terrible. We can't."
I think this is a bit much.
We can't have
children.
School children sitting in class looking at little cartoon characters blowing each other. Actually,
this is a little whack.
That's
wackadoo.
Not a good thing. But anyway, the villain wants to do it because of space racism. Apparently he's like racially profiled his whole life and he's all bitter about it or whatever. And I'm like, dude, I wouldn't mind like one story about space racism if you did it well, but the fact that you can't do it well and then you do it like every other episode
and you keep trying.
Yeah, you just keep trying, and then the whole show is just about space racism. It just doesn't work. Just doesn't work. But anyway, the Doctor, to get up on the bridge, the Doctor like uses a hard light hologram to go up there, and all he does is just physically destroy the thing that's outputting the signal. Like he's not using cleverness. He's just using the hologram technology that's on the ship that everyone can use. And then he just uses violence from there. And then what does he do to the villain? He just beats the crap out of him.
Yes.
And the dude's just on the ground in fetal position, and he's just brutally going at it, just torturing this guy.
I choose violence.
For just torturing this guy for his own enjoyment.
Dude, he deserves it because he did the racism, okay?
Well, no. He didn't do the racism. He was the one who was racisted against.
He was racismed against, but he was...
Yeah, that's why he was was doing it.
So he was trying to kill the racism.
Yeah, he was trying to kill
people.
The racists.
Well, then this just doesn't... This is double make no sense.
I know.
Well, I thought that before... evaporating
well, yeah, but
the
they
racism.
At least know that killing people is wrong.
Do they? I'm not so sure anymore.
They seem to enjoy the deaths of certain people. That's for sure.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
I mean,
one,
that's one of the. Well, so it's selective. That's the thing. They do recognize that killing people is wrong, but it's selective. That's the problem. So rather than the Doctor being a champion for all life and having pity for those who are evil, like he usually does. He only has pity.
Hey, Jaeden, what's your shield capacity?
Goodness. 942.
Oh, I got something twice that.
Okay.
Hold on. Let me drop it.
But actually, it's the point I made in that video was he only values what he has judged to be good life, basically, or what the writers choose, decide is good life.
Yeah. Which is not
which is a very woke mindset. That's how they always are. They act like they're all for inclusion and equality and acceptance and tolerance, but they want everyone who doesn't think like them to die. Every time.
There's not inherent value in individual life. It's just like
no.
They're like, are you for or against Palestine? Okay, well, you're done, buddy. You're done.
You're done.
You're done. And they just flip the switch on their moral guidelines depending on the whims of the internet or something. It's
pretty much.
so weird. It's like Ukraine and now it's Palestine and like what the hell, dude?
I don't have anyone to
Can we
shoot.
just be morally consistent, please? Can this
No.
like
everyone,
I would respect you more if you just were very consistent
all these
in your
stupid college students
evilness.
sticking up for terrorists because they're brown.
Like, yeah.
Well, hopefully we'll have less college students because Trump's press conference yesterday with Elon, he actually said that he wants to give more money to trade schools.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because
Excellent.
and he
That's what we
explained
need right
because a
now.
lot of them do more electrician stuff and they can build rockets and all that, and he said that's more important.
Well, yeah, it's the
Be able to do practical stuff.
Yeah, I mean
And colleges are doing
that's
a bad job at that. So he said, I want to give more money to trade schools.
That's what's in demand right now. All the college kids are fighting for positions at McDonald's because there's just too many people with the same degrees.
Because
Not
their
enough work.
degree that they made up in gender ecology or whatever
It's not worth anything.
it doesn't mean anything. Yeah, because you're going to do something with that, sure.
Gender ecology.
Yeah, I got my
But no, one of the things I
graduate
didn't-
in
I didn't,
studies in gender ecology, mega cum laude, cum laude, cum laude,
Mega cum laude.
right? Mega cum laude, is that what it was?
Magnum,
I like mega cum laude better.
Cum laude.
magna cum. Yeah,
Okay, to
cum
explain,
laude just kinda
Micah,
rolls
when
off the tongue.
people graduate with great honor, they don't say graduate with great honor. They say magna cum laude, which means with great honor.
They want me to cum laude?
yeah.
So we sat through a graduation ceremony where all these students are going through, and the guys repeatedly say magna cum laude.
And what we discovered
And-
is that there is no limit at which you will not laugh when he says that. Zero
Like I said,
limit.
like, when are they gonna magna cum quiet?
Yes.
It's just,
Magna cum
it was
laude.
funny every time.
Every time.
It did not stop being funny.
Because it's just like
awesome.
just the delivery and like the lead up of the person's name. And like especially if it was a weird name.
Oh, there are some great names.
Like Jebediah Rocket
Laude.
Jennings, cum laude. And it was
Woo!
like,
He
oh,
cum
magna
laude.
cum laude.
got him. Hilarious.
Yeah, let's make our ceremonies, let's say, with great honor in a dead language. Let's do that. It's definitely not going to sound really stupid.
Yeah, it's not dumb and pretentious at all.
People will definitely take us seriously.
For sure. For sure.
What?
Micah, do not look up magna cum laude in Urban Dictionary. To the audience, definitely don't look up magna cum laude.
Yeah, don't do
The
it.
in the
Urban
Urban
Dictionary.
Definitely don't do it.
Oh my gosh.
It's not hilarious.
Definitely don't do that. It's definitely not funny. And it definitely will not be the only thing you think of when you hear it from now on.
That is amazing.
I guess, tell me, did you graduate magna cum laude?
Did you magna cum laude?
Did you magna cum laude?
Magnum cum.
I know I did.
I know I did. I do it every night.
Yes. Oh, no,
I wait for everybody to go to sleep so I can wake them up again.
Yeah.
Oh, I almost got hit by a train. That was close.
Yeah, one of the things that I didn't, one of the articles that I didn't mention was that Trump had an executive order on accelerating the building of nuclear power to create
Nuclear what?
nuclear power plants
Oh, more power, baby.
to increase efficient energy and jobs. And everybody's like, well, we're going to have Chernobyl again. It's like, you don't know how anything works. You're stupid.
Chernobyl wasn't even in the U.S., was it?
No. No.
It doesn't even make any sense.
It does to them.
Wasn't that under the Soviet
Yes.
or yeah. I was under Soviet supervision. Nuclear power is like the safest form of power.
It really
yeah,
is.
it's literally just water.
Like, look up how often a total nuclear meltdown has happened. Yeah. Yeah, tell me it's happened a lot. Oh, shit, I'm about to die.
Water.
And it's pretty up there in the green.
Really hasn't have been a whole lot of those.
Like the carbon footprint or whatever kind of gay measurements you want to go by. Pretty low for the yield.
Yeah, it's true.
It's just I don't understand why they're so against the nuclear energy. It's like if I was,
Well,
Because they're
want us
uneducated. They think it's completely dangerous.
because they're getting fed by the
guess so.
propaganda of people who want us to be reliant on their forms of energy.
Yeah, probably.
It's all about profit at the end of the day. But anyway,
You took my kill! Micah, turn around.
What?
I got you. So anyway, we were talking about Doctor Who. That's right. So anyway, 5 episodes in a row, he
Yeah,
doesn't do
cum laude.
anything. Sixth episode, he finally kind of does something, and then he abuses some dude.
Gay.
And
He beats him.
the finale
He
was
beats him up.
equally stupid. And but most importantly, the big news was that he regenerated actually.
Into a black woman.
Close.
So
What's the next wokest thing?
An
Micah?
Indian woman.
there was a
Wait,
lot of hold
No?
on.
a crippled black
Oh my
woman.
gosh, guy. So there was a lot of debate as to whether this would happen because a lot of people are in denial about the show's cancellation because like the BBC told everyone that it was just what they got from Disney was marketing money, which is absurd because it's way too much money to just be marketing money. And Disney had proof that they had creative input, so Disney kind of won that one.
I mean, geez, their name was on it.
Yeah. Well, they were trying to say, oh, it was just they gave us marketing money because they paid for the distribution rights. That's what they were trying to say. And it was like, no, actually BBC is poor as hell because they don't have government funding anymore, and they literally needed Disney to fund the show.
What do we?
They have very little. But a lot of people are in denial about that because of all the claims that have been being thrown around. And there's also some debate as to whether Chudigawa was fired or not. I'm pretty sure he was.
Oh,
Chudigawa, who plays the doctor.
What the hell did you just say?
Excuse
you.
That's his name.
You know, he's the. I've sent you like
Shooty
a million
McShooty.
pictures with his name on it. For
Chudigawa.
thumbnails.
Chudigawa.
NCUTI. Right?
Yeah, apparently that spells shooty,
Shooty.
not Nikuti.
Yeah, it's pronounced Shooty. Chudigawa.
Chudigawa.
Shooty. Yep.
Stupid.
Where was I going with this?
That his name is stupid.
No,
should
that's
change
not
it.
what I was saying at all. Don't twist my words.
I mean, it's kind of retarded.
Anyway,
like,
it makes
like,
sense
I'm
because there was a
sorry.
whole shakeup with the companion. Because the companion from the first season was supposed to be in the second season, and then partway through production that was changed, and they acted like it was a creative choice, but obviously it was a studio demand because viewership was not where they wanted it, and so they were like, do something different.
Yes. Do the thing.
But apparently,
Dooby dooby doo.
the BBC, the BBC has been very upset with Gatwa because there was the thing that he was supposed to he was supposed to do something at Eurovision. I don't know if he was supposed to like host or introduce something or what was supposed to happen.
He's probably supposed to bang or suck somebody.
But he was upset because
Gonna die.
because Israel is one of the contestants, and he thought that they shouldn't be because of the Israel-Palestine conflict.
Huh.
And so he pulled out of doing that, and that was super embarrassing for the BBC, obviously. But it kind of seems like he was fired before that.
Is this guy the director? Who is this guy?
The
Chudigawa?
doctor.
Chudigawa
He's a
was.
doctor.
Yeah,
Yes.
he's playing the doctor.
He obviously had no intentions of
Oh.
leaving. He's only been around for 2 seasons. He was axed.
Is he gay in real life?
Yes.
Well,
very.
Okay, so there is a funny thing about
Is
that.
he like Pinar?
So before this show, he was saying that he was bisexual and he had only ever dated women. But it was like as soon as
Bullshit.
no, it's 100% true.
Really?
Yeah, and if you see him like,
The man dyed his hair and wore a dress.
dude, I know, but like before
multiple
Doctor Who, he
occasions.
was significantly less gay. It's crazy. He was definitely flamboyant, definitely sus. But
Wow.
like
so he was on the
but
edge.
it was like as soon as he met Russell T Davis, it all broke down.
I see.
He's fully embraced it. He hasn't dated anyone, and I'm kind of suspicious. I'm like, you might be straight at heart,
Like
boy.
he's-
You may be a very weak man who likes titties like every other man, And
He's a soy
now,
boy.
yeah,
I
he's a
think-
soy boy who's been pushed into this image. I think could be
yeah, he was
perfectly
groomed
true.
into it by Russell T Davies.
And many others.
Screamed to
I'm
be a
sure.
homosexual.
Yeah, he probably said, "Oh, you can be the doctor if you suck me."
Yeah.
Jeez.
Probably
He's
what it
like,
was.
dang. He's like, man, that's a pretty good deal.
He's like, I've done it for less.
But anyway, production has just been crazy because,
Or he's probably like, here's $20.
oh my gosh.
$20 is $20.
Oh wait, sorry, I've only got a
I'm
$5
sorry.
on me.
What was that?
Suck me off for a
noise?
He's probably at Russell T Davies right now, and he's
A
probably like, please
fiver?
take the $20 back. He's like, no, you are gay. I will not take the $20 back.
You can't
now.
deny what you
You
are.
are gay now.
I know who you are.
Ooh, there's really powerful.
I've
shields
seen
over
it
here.
with my own 2 eyes.
Felt it.
Absorbed
And the
it.
thing is, he can't not be gay until Russell T Davies takes his $20 back.
The transaction must
You'll
be
always
refunded.
my little whore.
I must refund.
But anyway, production has been fraught with all kinds of weird changes and very clearly, like, heavily affected by the backlash during season 1, because season 2 has just been super, super spiteful
Heal me.
and targeted against the fans in a myriad of ways that I don't have time to
It's been
mention.
targeted against traditionalism mainly.
Yeah, that.
Hey, Micah,
that
there's
too.
really powerful shields in this porta potty right here.
Um,
Jaeden, there's powerful shields over here in the porta potty.
Wow.
but even to the point of, like, desperately bringing characters back and having them not do anything and having it go nowhere, that kind of thing. So it's just been desperation after desperation after desperation. I mean, Russell T Davies has, and this is the head writer I'm talking about, he's, like, basically stolen every fan theory. Like, for instance, there's this character named Mrs. Flood, who is just very mysterious, clearly evil on some level, but
Gay.
didn't know what her point was. I don't think gay was one of them. But
homosexual.
He basically admitted in, like, one of their behind the scenes video that they released for every episode that he didn't know who she was going to be. He had no clue what he was doing.
He's just winging
And
it.
he kind of just, he had some ideas,
you don't
but
say
basically
that. Come on.
switch plays partway through. And so he has been throwing, like, every fan theory into the show. The Ronnie, Omega, Susan, these were all guesses
Susan.
that people made during season 1 that, you know, were obviously stupid ideas that he just took and ran with, and didn't have much. It wasn't very.
Yeah, keep pushing forward. I just had to backtrack a little bit.
It didn't have any substance.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the Ronnie was super interchangeable. She could have been interchanged with any villain. Omega was defeated super easily, and the whole Susan thing didn't actually go anywhere or have any bearing on the plot whatsoever. So, like, he's clearly doing things out of desperation, doing it just to do it, just trying to get those views up.
Like, what if I do this?
And his last desperate attempt has got to be one of the stupidest things to ever happen on the show. So this man regenerates, and I'll admit I didn't expect this because I cannot fathom Russell T Davies' stupidity. So this man regenerates into the actress who played Rose.
Oh.
You remember Rose, I assume.
Bro,
Micah.
Blonde chick.
what
First
the
2
hell?
seasons.
The one whose teeth you go on about.
Yeah, why?
Yeah.
Why? What in the world?
Remember?
Remember
I
Rose?
remember.
I
I
remember.
remember.
Rose.
But what? Well,
Yes, it makes no sense.
she's old now, and also
She is old.
a
That's
different
right.
person. But why? I don't understand. The doctor turns into another person, but it's a person that he knew before, and then what? Uh, the hell?
Yeah, it's just insane because the Doctor actually has turned into an actor that appeared on the show before twice, but it was always someone who both times it was someone who just played like a little side character.
What?
It was just someone where it was like, oh, I like you, we'll hold on to you, kind of thing.
Hey, yo.
And the second time they did it, they were able to make like a plot point out of it, and it kind of worked actually. But with this, it's like it's a companion. It's someone who traveled with him for multiple seasons, fell in love with him, made out with him. A super significant character who, you know, you definitely recognize, not like before where when Peter Capaldi was cast as the Doctor, I was like, who the hell is that?
Dude, how
I mean,
how do you love the person and make out with them, and then you turn into them? Like, I just
that's some
don't
like
like it. It makes no
weird,
sense.
like transgender, like autogynephilic
that's got some stank on it. I
type
don't
of
even.
thing, type of psychology.
Yeah, something
Yeah, like
like
if I were
that.
married, I love my wife, but I wouldn't want to be her.
No,
Yeah,
no.
That's just
this
weird.
is
You would not want to
freaking-
become your girlfriend. That would be disgusting.
I just.
I hope she crashes
This
the
is-
TARDIS
this is where
first
we're
chance
at.
she gets. That would be hilarious.
I mean, the last woman Doctor did.
I know, and that was
She
hilarious.
immediately crashed it. That was so funny. She pressed one button.
She couldn't drive all
and
of a sudden.
crashed it.
Fantastic.
It was hilarious.
just couldn't drive all of a sudden. Like, what the hell? I thought I knew how to
Just forgot how
drive.
to drive. Yeah.
Couldn't figure it out. Hilarious. Magnificent.
Women.
Women.
One thing they got right.
Women.
What did Rose do?
Your mom.
She was like, "Hey, I'm here now. Look at me, my big mouth."
Yes. She opened her big mouth,
Said this
and it was.
exact words.
They did like a close up. It very much accentuated how big it is, and
Nice,
she
nice.
said, "Hello there," and then they cut to credits. That was it.
Wow.
Okay.
It's pretty
And this is where it ends.
Hello there.
Yeah, that whole finale really dunked on
Oh,
the
yeah,
nuclear
yeah.
family for some reason. I'm not sure what that was all about.
Just Russell T Davies being Russell T
But
Davies.
yeah, he said in
really.
the behind the scenes thing that he was like, oh, they're it's supposed to be a family structure that is, quite frankly wrong. And it was like, what, dude? You mean the thing that made you? You ungrateful
Yeah,
limey.
explain that one, idiot.
These stupid normie structures, family
I'm
structures.
so lost. What the heck?
I want to have 3 dads and a hippopotamus. Thank you very much.
But yeah, basically, like at the end of the episode, he made the companion a single mother, and it was like everyone's like, "This is the best thing ever."
Yes. Single motherhood. Woo.
Child will be a criminal, statistically speaking.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
He's
very,
done
very
for.
weird. I'm not sure why that was a part of the episode, but so yeah, every time I think they can't sink lower, somehow they do.
They should have chose a disabled black woman,
They should.
Yeah, I'm surprised that wasn't a midget.
like a
Well,
wheelchair
they already
bound
kind
midget.
of
They had that. They had a midget on a Segway.
yeah, and a captain midget.
Nice.
There's like a suspicious amount of midgets.
Yeah, weird amount of midgets this season. Weird. I mean, I'm not complaining. I don't mind. Just kind of odd, you know? Because, like...
Little too many midgets.
Because if you have, like, one or two, it's, like, fine. You know, you've had Warwick Davis on the show before and people like that. That's fine. But, like, when it's that many, it's like, okay, you're going out of your way for midgets. You're trying.
Did Stephen Hawking? Were you friends with Stephen Hawking? Perhaps.
Like, why is
Did
your
you share some interest?
goal midgets? Like, I don't mind. It's just a little odd. It's like you're doing this on purpose. Why? Weirdo.
One midget maximum.
Like, what is this? A carnival? You
This is
just can't go. You
ludicrous.
can't
I'm
go
dying.
overboard. Otherwise, people know what you're up to.
That's true. Dude, where's this?
You gotta have restraint when it comes to casting the midgets.
Yeah, we know you get them on discount, okay, but
Half
it's
off.
like, come on, half off, and we all know, but still, because you're tight for cash does not mean that you should hire 20 midgets. A little overkill.
Little overkill. For
This
sure.
guy stole my money. I'm gonna die.
I'm dying.
He stole my money.
So, think it'll get a season 3?
No.
Yep.
Well, I mean, I want it to not get a season 3, so I can mark another thing off my bingo card because I'll have nearly 4.
If Disney if it gets canceled from Disney at least, I think we can count it, right? Because I think that's what happened. I think it's canceled from Disney, and they're gonna have to find other another investor, and so whether it gets a season 3 or not is depending on whether anyone's stupid enough to invest, which I admit is a possibility, unfortunately. But we're not gonna know for a little while because I forgot about the stupid spinoff. The unit spinoff.
Oh.
It's like a 5-episode spinoff that's still happening. So Disney's not going to admit they canceled it until that's done.
Well, yeah, they may. Well, did they already film it?
Yeah, it's releasing this year. It's all done.
Well, there you go. It's already been paid for. They have to.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, we'll learn before the year is out, and we'll get to check it off. Because I don't think Disney's stupid, but I don't think they're gonna fund anymore. They won't do it. It would be a terrible financial decision.
I'm gonna die.
They don't seem terribly
You're dying.
enthusiastic.
He's dying.
Dude, why are these lab rats so tough? What in the world?
All these dang rats. Dang rats, bruh.
But no, they did do a black woman once, kind of. So during the female doctor's run, they did this whole retcon. You probably heard about it because it made me really mad. Where they basically said, oh, the doctor's got this whole history that he didn't know about. And that's like he's forgotten it. Or I guess she's forgotten it. And basically the idea was that there were doctors before the original one. And that obviously pissed everyone off because you can't say that.
That's sacrilegious.
Can't say that.
It is. It's blasphemy. Absolute blasphemy.
They're blaspheming.
Because he made that character, really. Because, like, when they first made the show, they reshot the whole pilot because they were not satisfied with the character. They thought he was, because they wanted him to be mysterious and kind of questionable. They wanted the audience to not quite trust him right out of the gate. But he just came off as a little too severe, like he wasn't likable enough.
Yeah.
And they told the actor William Hartnell, they said, just play you. Just say it how you would say it. Put your impish charm in there. And you can I actually have a DVD that has both the first episode and the original pilot, and you can watch them back to back, and it is a really, really stark difference. Where in the reshoot, he is just undeniably the character, full force. He's great. And so it was like, when I say that he is the Doctor, because I'm not just saying that because he was the first one to do it, but because, like, that was literally him, dog.
Yeah, he set the
was
trend,
all him.
bro.
Someone
Set
else
that into motion.
Someone else, other people came up with good ideas for the character, and technically created the character, but, like, he made him who he was because he was just playing himself and having fun doing his own thing. And so, like, you can't have all of the things that makes the Doctor who he is without William Hartnell. You wouldn't have it. So to say that the Doctor wasn't born in that body and actually he was a black woman is just beyond the pale. Absolutely blasphemous.
Wait, so they actually had a black woman?
Yes.
Oh.
And so she doesn't actually have, like, her own series or anything. She just kind of shows up every once in a while to remind you that the writers hate you and have no respect for the things that you love.
Just to remind you, we're actively
That's what it feels like.
butchering this.
Yeah, it feels nefarious every time it happens.
It's like a cameo of despair.
Pretty much. She had a cameo in the Nigeria episode.
No way.
She really did. And I was like,
Oh my gosh.
Really? Of course we're doing this.
Where are the stones at? Come on, Nigerians. Get together.
Like, I'm struggling to think of an equivalent, but, like, imagine if someone was like, oh, Captain Kirk wasn't William Shatner. He was a black woman the whole time. It'd be like, no.
Get my captain's name out your fucking
Go
mouth.
to prison or something.
Dude,
I don't know.
Will Smith up in here.
It should be writer's prison.
Will Smith
Really
is going on a
should
slapping
be.
spree.
Put them in writer's
no.
prison. Yeah, let
Go straight to jail.
let Will
This is
Smith
not good.
beat them up. They think
Unleash
your
the
movie's about
Smith.
white privilege. And he'd be like, what?
Stop taking my kills, you stupid dog.
Get him.
puppy dog.
This dog taking my
Sick and Will
kills.
Smith.
Sick. Pop, pop,
What's
pop.
going on?
It's like that one video of the dude slapping all the kids in the face and then their parents. But it's just Will Smith doing that to the writer's room.
Yep. Just going around slapping
Hey, you
everyone.
can't do that.
I heard what you
What are
did.
you doing?
Bam.
Boom.
Just gets them all. Be hilarious. It's just like, let me help.
Put a chicken in and make it gay and lame.
Yeah, put a chick in it, make it lame and gay. That's Doctor Who, ladies and gentlemen.
Doctor Who in a nutshell. What's the dog doing?
What is the dog doing?
The dog doing?
So, yeah, basically that's what happened. Today, this Doctor Who managed to die a little bit more somehow. And hopefully no one will be stupid enough to fund it and it'll be dead for good and we could stop talking about it. That would be great. People...
And
would
please
be
die so I can mark it on my bingo card. I must win.
People are like, oh, you're just... You know, you're a hater, you're a rage baiter, you're a grifter. That's the one I get the most. You're a grifter. You're just, doing this for views. It's like,
No, they fail to realize is it's the same thing with Star Wars fans. Star Wars got a ton of criticism because people love Star Wars.
right.
And they criticize you because you made Star Wars what it's not.
Like, you really
You
think
made it something
there's
terrible.
a chance I'm doing this out of enjoyment?
Yeah, if people didn't give a
What
shit
kind
about
of
Doctor Who or Star Wars, they
masochistic
wouldn't
garbage
criticize
would
it.
that be?
I love the grifter. You like the only things you've posted are like consistent arguments for,
Yes.
Doctor Who in the golden age or whatever. And they're just like, you're grifting.
Yeah, I'm nothing if not
You're
consistent.
grifting. Like, what do you mean? They don't understand what that even means.
Yeah,
It's just some
especially
sort of
since I
good
don't
label.
make any money. It's like, what is the
Yeah.
outcome of my grift? How does this benefit me in any way?
You're getting tons of money, okay?
Yeah, getting
Tons.
tons of money, changing people's minds. Like, no, I'm not. No,
It's just,
just saying something that I think needs to be said. That's all. That's it.
yeah.
I'm going out of my
You're
way
just
to
a
say
grifter,
it.
bro.
Sacrificing my own sanity to say it.
Dude, you're
There's
grifting.
no grift. There's none. And
You're selling
I will
out.
be happy when it's over. I got one more video.
Doctor Who's done.
I just gotta, properly review the finale, and then hopefully that's like it. Maybe I'll do one where it's specifically like an overview, like, hey, let's, now that Shooty-Gat-Wa's not the Doctor anymore, let's take a look back at his run. Little overarching analysis, maybe something like that, because people like to make excuses. But his run looks pretty pathetic now that it's over. It's like, wow, whew.
Yeah,
that was
and
never
making Billy
good.
Piper the Doctor is the move of desperation.
Yeah, so
It's
I
just
mean, maybe that,
insane.
but
Yeah, I think they knew they were getting canceled, and they're like, okay, we have to do a panic move to, try to get another season.
undoubtedly a panic move. Undoubtedly.
They're like, okay, we got to
Push-
do something quick or this is over.
They pushed all the buttons at the same time.
And they're like, oh, they like Billy Piper.
It's the only
I mean,
reason.
I like Billy
Well,
Piper.
yes, we all like Billy Piper, but we don't like her as
I
the
mean,
Doctor.
I remember. That's true.
That's not what we
We
liked her
as
for at
the
all.
damsel in
What
distress
if Billy Piper
patient.
meets Billy
Dang
Piper
it.
and then they kiss?
What if Billy Piper
about that?
kisses Billy Piper? That would be hot. Dude,
I might have to see that episode.
dude, the fan art is gonna be off the chain. We don't even have to wait for her to be the doctor. It's just gonna happen. Someone's drawing it right now.
Yeah, it's already on
I
the
know it
internet.
happened a few hours ago, but it is happening right now. I know those people. They are making it happen.
Yeah. Sycophants. They'll do it.
They'll do it. They're doing it. For sure.
They're like, this is what they want.
The Billy
They want fan
Piper
art of this.
romancing Billy Piper fan art is up. It's gotta be.
They have to meet each other, right? Like that just has to happen if there's another season.
But it
no
would
way.
be so stupid though, Micah.
I know it would be stupid, but what else would they do if not do like some crazy
And it wouldn't
meet
be
up and then the
it wouldn't
world
be
ends?
realistic because they would probably be cool about everything. But I mean, imagine if your best friend or your lover, I guess, would be more equitable. It's like I have your face now. I look precisely like you now. You would be so mad.
I would think they were a serial killer
Right.
trying to.
Get your face out of your
Wait, what?
Now I'm
face?
confused.
Get my face out your.
Get my face out your
thing
fucking
face.
body or something.
Hey, get my face out of your face.
Get my
Yeah.
effing face out of your effing face.
Oh my gosh.
That's what they should do with the Will Smith. But it's just, Billy Piper.
No.
She walks on stage, slaps her.
I hope it never
Your
comes
face.
to fruition. I don't want to see it. I'm not interested. Okay.
I'm so interested.
I wasn't interested in seeing
Can't they just?
David Tennant come back, and they did that anyway.
We need to sell the property to someone who actually cares. I don't understand these people. Give it
The
up.
BBC give up one of the only things that makes them even a little bit of money. Not gonna happen.
Dude. I doubt they make any money off that.
No. I mean, they're not making any money off of the current thing, so. Like, they only make money off of merchandise, basically. Merchandise off of old things. Because they make money off of, like, the classic series Blu-ray sets. And the classic series action figures. And so, it's so funny. Because they'll do, like, an action figure release. Or like, oh, here's a new, Shurigawa and his companion. And, also we've got a new third Doctor variant. And, a new TARDIS variant and all that. And, like, the sales for the Shurigawa figure will be nil. And then, like, all of the scalpers will, go after the new classic series variant to the point where you just can't even get it. I know, because I tried one time and it was terrible. I've had to get all of my Doctor Who action figures secondhand.
The Shirigawa is just readily available.
And it was the same thing, like when they released a toy of his sonic screwdriver. They also did some re-releases of some old screwdrivers with like some technical improvements. And those were the ones that sold. And so it's like they're only making money off of the old stuff, but they're refusing to make the show anything like the old stuff. They're like, nah, we don't want this money. This is dirty white
This is
colonizer
crazy.
money. It's just insane people doing insane things. Because, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, no matter how much it hurts you.
Yep, they're insane.
There's just insane
They're
people
insane.
doing insane things. And they knew that people weren't going to accept Shudigatwa so soon. They knew that they weren't going to accept a gay doctor so soon after a woman doctor. So they had, David Tennant temporarily came back, and then they screwed that up. Lost most of their viewers before their season even started. They probably made things worse for themselves, actually, by bringing him back, which was funny. And now
Just reminds the audience how great it used to be.
Right, and they're just doing the same thing over, just trying to do the exact same thing. Like, oh no, numbers are down. Well, David Tennant temporarily brought us some numbers, so
For like 8 episodes.
he traveled with Billy Piper, so we'll get Billy Piper.
We'll just keep getting the things from fan favorite seasons.
That'll
That'll work. Absolutely.
Not good writing. No.
Yeah, and I mean, even when David Tennant came back, the numbers were not impressive. It was like a grand total of 7 million for that first special, and then by the last special, it was down to 4.
Yeah, I think it was just curiosity.
And then once Shudigatwa came on, they were down to 2, and then it's been 1 ever since for 2 seasons straight. Just slowly dropping.
Yeah. Back in the day, if your season had like 4 million, 4.7 around roughly, that's what would get you canceled.
Yeah, you get canned right away. Straight to jail. That's why, I mean, I just hate Disney and their stupid, like, 2-season order thing. Because if...
Wait, they
if
order 2 seasons?
Yeah, which Disney almost always does with everything.
Wouldn't that mean they have one more season?
No.
Right?
No. Because this is season 2, the one that just finished.
Oh, I thought it was 3.
No, they ordered, they did their classic preeminent 2-season order.
Previous season was the woman, right?
If they had, no. So Shudigatwa this is his 2nd season.
Oh my gosh, he has 2 seasons.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, because Disney, when they fund shows, they do this with their own shows. They preeminently fund 2 seasons. It's like it's part of their money laundering.
Why?
And so things like take too long to die. But if you fund stuff like a normal TV show, then you can just do away with it as soon as it starts doing badly. Sometimes, like TV shows that actually air on TV will even get canceled like before the season is done. Like they're just going to wrap up your season as fast as they can to stop spending money. But Disney, in their infinite wisdom and infinite money to waste, it's like, well, we can do whatever we want and act like everything we do is great and perfect and wonderful and popular, because it always gets a second season. But the reality is that's always the plan. And I hate it. Because we would have been done with this garbage a while ago.
That is wild.
Yeah. I mean, the only reason that it didn't die 8 years ago when the female doctor came on was because BBC was still getting its government funding then.
Oh,
So they could just do whatever they wanted.
makes
And I mean,
sense.
even then, they were just scraping by. Like, the special effects were really bad. It was poorly shot. Like, you could tell that they were seriously stretching the budgets to its limits even then.
Mm-hmm.
And Disney
Oh
just
my
had
gosh.
to save them.
I just got railed. What are we?
The
Whittly
BBC
whale.
was finally going to give it up.
Give it up, but nope.
But nope.
Disney gotta
Disney-
come in and just swing its peanut around.
Disney swept them up, saved them, and now
Swinging, swinging,
Dusted
and
'em off.
everything.
all we have to do,
Slapped it up.
guys, is we have to behave. We have to agree that nobody is gonna try and fund Doctor Who, and it can rest. It can rest.
Sleep
rest
in
for a while.
peace. Die in peace. Just let me die.
Execute orders 66.
They're just beating a dead horse.
Back to heave. Dr. Pooh.
We don't need to go that far.
Oh.
All right, I think that's all the time we have for today.
Wait, again, one more thing.
Huh?
Micah, you gonna buy a Switch too?
I don't know. Probably
Well, let me tell you something that Nintendo is doing that's nefarious.
Nefarious.
not. Putting a bomb
When
in
you
there.
accept their end user license agreement to own a Switch 2, you agree that if they find you making any modifications whatsoever to your Switch 2, they can remotely brick your machine.
Huh?
If you
What?
put a game on there, play a game on there that's not from the store, or try to modify it in any kind of way, and they find out, they will remotely brick your Switch 2 so they can't use it.
What? That's not cool, man.
Because
What the
in
hell?
the user agreement, it's a license to use Switch products,
Wow.
not to own it. So they can do whatever they see fit with your Switch because you
More of
technically
this-
don't own it.
More of
And
this
you
leasing
can't
stuff.
Or this commie
you can't sue
gobbledygook.
them because in the
Yeah.
end user license agreement you agree to not sue them. So
Dude,
you
these-
agreed to this and there's nothing you can do about it.
These little snakes.
So
conniving.
if you want to play a game that's not from their store, or you want to modify your Switch in any kind of way, think again before buying it.
So what do we wiki?
Dude, the way that they
Yep.
phrased it was so bleak. What was the exact wording? It was like, if you do anything, like if we found you've done
mean if-
anything untoward or something like that.
Any modifications. It's
Any
like
kind of
really
shenanigans.
Yeah,
vague.
it was really vague really vague wording to like, I'm not
If we see you molesting the power port, we will.
like, I'm not sure this was the intention, but it just kind of made it sound like they could do it for any reason. Like, we don't like you, so we will brick your Switch.
dude.
Yeah, so if you say it gets broken, you take it to a repair shop to get fixed. If they have some way of finding out in their switch system, then they'll brick it because it counts as a modification.
That is insane.
Stay up there. I gotta restart the mission.
So they're just, I don't know, man. That's whack. I hate
Yeah. It's because they can
that
get away with
where
it.
you can't own your product anymore. It's always like leased out or
Yeah, I hate that.
overseen by the company. It's like I'm buying hardware from you. Now let me do what I want with the hardware.
Dude, did you hear the American CEO get asked about the game prices in the States?
American CEO.
Yeah, of Nintendo.
Oh.
Guy who's in charge
What
of
about like the
Nintendo
tariffs and
America.
stuff?
Well, no, he was like, oh well, like Mario Kart World is $80 because we think it's worth that. That was all he said,
Nice.
and it was like
It's like, yeah. Yeah, we think it's
you
worth it.
have no perspective at all. You're stupid.
I'm pretty sure even if you buy the hard copy, the game doesn't like come on the
No,
hard copy. You have to download the game.
the cartridge is just a key.
So stupid.
It's not the game itself.
I'm like,
Again, you don't own the games. It's a key to play the game.
yeah. I'm like, you're telling me I'm gonna go out of my way to buy a hard copy of a game for more money
For an absurd amount of money.
for a key, not like the actual game. I can buy 20-year-old hard copies of games for less and play that. Like, I just
Yeah, and they're gonna get away with it.
actually own it.
Yeah, I hate that they're gonna get away with it. Even with the
It's because they have exclusivity with their IPs.
That's
They can
just-
get away with it.
Even with the economy the way it is,
That's
they're
true.
probably gonna do well enough to get away with it.
Yeah. I'm not heavily into the Nintendo ecosystem. I love the older games, but I mean, if they went down the route that I wanted them to go down, I would have happily spent, a little bit more money to have hard copies of games and hardware that I can own and use however I want. But if they're doing like this, I don't think I'm going to be spending any money on this trash.
It's just commie nonsense.
Yeah, pretty much. I would not affiliate I do not associate with these commies.
I got a question. If a person goes trans and they get dementia, do they just go back to default settings?
Oh.
Or do you think they would remember they're
That's a good
trans? Like,
question.
do you think like if a trans dude tried to be a woman, I think he would wake up with his dementia and go, "Where's my penis?"
Default settings. I think that's scientifically proven.
That is hilarious. Where is
Because you
it?
become kind of
Who stole it?
What are these?
you become like barbaric, for a lack of a better term. Like you become like very basic
Become caveman.
human, yeah, like basic human desires and needs, and that's what it's all about. And so for
Yeah,
some
I think
people
you
with
would
dementia,
revert.
that makes them very childish, but for a lot of them, it just makes them very kind of blunt or more on the aggressive side. And they tend to
I
they
think
just
Jensen's
they
onto
tend to go a
something.
little feral.
Oh my god.
They tend to go a little feral. So I imagine you revert to default.
He running around screaming for his pinar. Where is it?
Yeah. Why do I have boobs?
Which also seems to imply that
Whose
if a
boobs are
gay
these?
man got dementia, he would become straighter.
Ooh,
Well, his accent might
actually,
go away. Um,
we
apparently,
need scientists
when
on
gay
this.
men wake up from like being unconscious, their accent isn't there until they're like fully like mentally there.
Well, that makes
Dude,
perfect sense.
the science doesn't lie.
Science.
We've got a cousin who does that. New
Science.
voice.
Gay voice?
Mm-hmm. He does a gay voice.
Wait, have I met him?
No. No.
No. He does a gay voice? Like he's gay? Oh. That's awkward.
Yes.
Yeah, it's pretty gay.
So you like sucking
And it's very
peanut?
funny because when
How is that?
when we were kids, he had a strong Southern accent because his family all have strong Southern accents, and they still do. And so it's like, when we're sitting around the table as a family and he's talking like that, it's like, okay, who are you fooling exactly?
Why do you sound like this?
Like, we all know you,
What's going on?
and we're all hearing
is
you
not
and your
natural.
family at the same time. Like, we all know what you're doing, and you're just not saying it. I don't want you to flip your lid at the dinner table, but
You're not fooling anybody,
maybe,
buddy.
yeah, maybe someone should say it to you one day, because definitely not.
That you sound gay.
Definitely not fooling anyone with that voice.
Soon very gay. I don't know why gay men do that. It's very odd.
It's so they can let other gay men know they're gay.
I always
Really?
assumed it was all.
Is it like
It
a
was like
subconscious thing?
no. It's definitely deliberate. It's definitely a conscious thing. I always saw it as kind of like a detachment.
It's part of the flamboyancy thing.
Well, yeah, but I think it's part of the persona. I think it accentuates the persona, but also it's like psychologically it's like a detachment thing. It's like denying who you were in a way. And being this new thing. Which is kind of it's a simpleton way to look at it. It's the type of things that people who are obsessed with labels come up with. Where you are a list of things because you are a certain thing. If that makes sense.
Gotta fit into the box.
Right. They're shoving themselves
The
into
check
that
box
box.
is gay.
Instead of just being who you are and gay, it has to like become this whole thing.
Which is ironic. Very ironic.
Ironic.
Because they're all about breaking the norms, but they're actually falling right into them. The norms of being a homosexual.
By trying too hard to be himself, he changed. Ironic.
Into an F slur. I almost said the other thing.
But I mean, that's it. That's what you're doing. You're trying so hard to fit a label and live your genuine life that you're actually deliberately changing yourself.
Yeah. That's like me having a southern draw or whatever.
Yeah, you're like, oh, I
Just
want
out
to
of the
be
blue.
more southern, more traditional, more masculine.
Yeah.
And so one day you just came out and you're like,
Howdy.
yeah.
Yeah.
Y'all.
Tell you what. Gotta get that fat dip in me. Wrangle me up some cowgirls. Just like,
Where's a bowl? There any bowls around here? I don't
yeah.
see a bowl.
Damn it, I need to lash on me some bowls right now. Tell you
Dang,
what.
get it out of my system.
Just sound just out of the blue, just completely different.
Yeah. Gosh, it would be exhausting, wouldn't it? Just
It
to put
would
on a
be.
persona 100% of the time. Man, I would just hate myself.
I would be
No
like,
wonder they hate themselves.
yeah, I'd be so stressed out.
Yeah.
You're so worried about like the appearance of your
Yeah, you would just never be
outward
happy.
appearance.
You would never be happy.
No contentment. I'm getting blasted. Hey, I'm alive.
Loner's gotta be alone.
The loners.
Dude, what is with all these armored skags? This is ridiculous.
The
Well, I
loners,
killed all
loners.
their riders.
It's like a whole herd. My gosh.
There was a herd of dudes
Killed
riding
the
them, but I
friend these
killed them all.
damn parts.
Sheesh.
They're just not took us.
All right, time to turn in this mission.
My rumpus.
Gosh, you left Micah and I to get wrecked.
Yep.
I'm getting wrecked right now.
I keep running out of ammo.
Oh yeah. Killed him.
We got him.
Got him good.
All right, well, I think that's all the time we have for today. If you've made it this far, tell us which companion you think would make for the funniest doctor.
The funniest doctor?
Yeah, who should it have been?
Do one episode companions count?
Sure.
The guy who collected moths from the two doctors.
Yes. Yes, absolutely.
Oh, what was his name?
Oh man.
Moths.
It's in the back of my mind somewhere. That would be
I thought he was like a
hilarious.
restaurant owner and he collected moths.
Yeah, really nutty character.
That is strange.
He was, but it was funny.
Dude, that would for sure be
That's-
hilarious. Oh man.
Could have done it, bro. I could have done it.
I nominate Mickey Smith.
Mickey
Forget
Smith.
Rose.
Oh, you
Let's
would,
get-
wouldn't
let's
you?
Get the boyfriend in there. Come
Whoa.
on. Let's get an.
Hey,
You know what's
then
better
he-
than one black dude?
Woke.
Two black dudes.
oh my god.
Yeah, that's what you should do in your review of the most recent Doctor Who episode. Say, shouldn't have been Billy Piper. Should have been the guy who collected moths.
Sure, I'll throw him in there.
Should have been that guy.
He had a meaningful death, and he deserved to be brought
That's
back.
true. He deserves better.
He deserves better. And the
Bring him
Doctor should
back.
honor him by using his face.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
Exactly.
All right. Thanks for listening. Good night, sweet prince.